Welcome to Cinema Discussions. My name is John. I am joined by Chris and Vaughan.
Senior feline linguistic correspondent.
And today we're discussing Suicide Squad.
Yes, we are.
The 2016 American superhero film based on the DC Comics team of the same name.
Wait, were there 9 supervillains in that?
I don't know. There were a couple.
I don't think so.
Wait,
no.
not super villains, because some of them were super. Some of them
were just kind of ordinary people with a enhanced skill.
Yeah. So before we get in depth into our discussion of Suicide Squad, let's give recommendations for those people who haven't already seen the movie. So how would you recommend Suicide Squad? Chris?
On a scale of 0 paws to 9 paws. No. If you're like,
lives.
Whatever, same fucking thing. If you're into superhero movies, go for it, but unfortunately for me,
but you're not into superhero movies in general.
Nope.
All right, so that's even a different kind of bias.
I would say it is slightly better than Batman versus Superman.
Different people have different tastes. So
apparently,
yeah. I don't know. I think it's about on par with Batman versus Superman. But if you haven't even seen Batman v Superman, look, Marvel does amazing films. This one's by DC, and
that's all you need to know.
Yeah,
it's
that's like saying Steven Spielberg makes great movies. Here's Tommy Wiseau.
If you're interested, if you found Batman v Superman or Man of Steel enjoyable, not to say you love them, but if you found them enjoyable, I think you might find this one enjoyable too. This one's might be a little more enjoyable than those, although we will get into many of the things that it doesn't have going for it. But, look, if you really want to see a Suicide Squad movie, there's a great animated one. But then aside from that, if you want to see live action, this is what you got.
You can't forget the 1930s Suicide Squad, which is completely nothing about.
Quit bringing up your classic films here.
I guess to put this in reference to the rest of the more well-known DC characters, the only person who is a major character would be Joker. Out of all the actors you see.
Yeah, and I mean,
kind of put him in that perspective.
Harley Quinn is super popular, but this is her first big screen appearance.
Yeah,
her first live action feature film appearance. Deadshot's been popular recently on Arrow. So he's gotten popular through that. So there's people out there for it, but the main character that everyone knows is the Joker. You get to see the new interpretation of the Joker, which is you will talk about that.
Yeah.
If you want to see a live action Suicide Squad movie, you're a comic book fan of it, then you got to see this because it's the one that's out there. But if you're not super into it, then you can definitely avoid it. You don't need to make this one the number one movie again, and it won't be, so it's fine. You don't need to give them money. Vote with your dollars if you're not into it. Go see smaller films. But now we're gonna spoiler alerts.
Spoilers.
Let us dive into Suicide Squad.
They lose all 9 lives.
Yeah. So it begins with showing Margot Robbie and Will Smith's characters, then gets into the rest of the story, and I don't know why it singles them out first, other than it's just we got to show Will Smith and we got to show Harley Quinn before we start things.
Because I guess they're the only 2 A-list actors,
but they didn't need that scene. Is the thing. Those scenes could have been integrated later when they are introducing each
during
member
the montage.
Of the team. Yeah. Now, I liked the music when it first started. The first song that came on, I forget what song it was, but I just remember at the time
Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Liking it. Exactly. Not at all.
The soundtrack, the whole soundtrack was very trite.
Yeah. It wasn't good. It was just
a complete ripoff of Guardians.
It happens in a lot of movies when you're speaking of the Guardians, Owls of Ga'Hoole, Legends of the Guardians.
No, Guardians of the Galaxy. Not that one. This entire film was trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy. It wishes it was Guardians of the Galaxy. It wishes it could have done that.
The band of misfits, lots of them criminals, and escaping from prison and becoming a team of heroes. That's the movie.
DC should just try to be its own thing and not try to be like a spin-off.
Well,
of Marvel.
DC just needs to stop making movies.
They're not just trying to be Marvel.
Their TV show is
because
great.
they're also trying to not be Marvel.
Well, I think DC should have the monopoly in TV then. And
sure, why not?
Marvel will just take care of the movies.
All of their TV shows have been hits, as far as I know.
DC can do great films. I mean, the Tim Burton Batman movies, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies,
the
original Superman movies,
Caesar Romero and Adam West.
Films. Like there's lots of fun stuff that they have in there. It's just they're trying to be too many things to too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like I like the music when it first began. It was because I like when a good song starts off a movie, like or a song that I really like. I get into it. It goes from in Zack and Miri Make a Porno. It starts out with Winona's Big Brown Beaver by Primus. Like that was a great song to open up with. The film The Infiltrator from earlier this year begins with Rush, Tom Sawyer. Like that was a cool intro. Even looking at because this film's tangentially related, producer Zack Snyder, his film Sucker Punch begins with the cover of Where Is My Mind and the
Watchmen starting off with Bob Dylan's The Times Are Changing.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. So like that was what this was when it very first started, and it's showing you the asylum, the prison, the black site prison that they have. Yeah. As it was going into that, and it was that was what it was. It was House of the Rising Sun because the location is in New Orleans.
Yeah,
it's black site.
That makes sense.
So they're playing this cover of House of the Rising Sun, and I love that song. So like as this began, I'm like, this could work.
It wasn't a cover,
but then
it was the real thing.
Was it the original? I don't think it was the original.
Yeah, from the 30s.
There are many covers of it. It was a cover of the song. There's not many original.
The Animals.
But it was so. But then throughout the rest of the film, you've got the soundtrack going over the dialogue and just like not mixed well with the rest of the movie.
No.
At many times.
It sped up the pace, but the pace didn't need to be fast.
No, it didn't.
That really pissed me off.
So
really pissed me off. Guys.
There were a lot of characters that they throw into it because it's the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But there's also
like too many of them.
Cannon fodder characters like Slipknot, as they just
who they
don't even introduce.
Yeah.
He just jumps off the thing and this is Slipknot.
Well, actually, I don't even remember hearing his name.
They said his name. They said his name as they were forming the team, as they after around when Harley Quinn was changing.
Yeah.
And then he gets off the van and like, oh, this is Slipknot.
Hi. Bye.
And then that's it. Okay. And then as soon as they get out onto the mission, hey, why don't you go get killed? Okay. And then he gets killed.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna try and escape.
Just throw away a character like that.
Yeah, I thought for a second I thought it was Michael Pena because he's done a lot of things.
I don't know. It was a guy with a lot of makeup and junk and.
I checked the credits. It wasn't him. I don't think.
All right. Could look it up. It was Adam Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Beach played Slipknot. There were. Should we talk about the Joker with this?
We should save the worst for last.
Okay. How do you the whole movie? The plot.
None of those people really had any business being there.
Yeah.
As soon as they knew they were going up against a real. Like they knew non-human entity, their word. As soon as they knew they were going up against a real superpower, none of them have any business being there except for Diablo.
Yeah,
apparently, he was one of these elder gods in disguise.
So I found it interesting how the whole story begins. And spoiler alert for Batman v Superman for those who hadn't seen it, because I know there's people who wanted to see this movie without seeing that.
I can't hear it.
A lot of people want to see this. After Superman dies,
you weren't supposed to say that.
Which I thought was the coolest part about that movie. But
so now they have to pull some shit out of their ass.
So they're they've created these super villains, but they have no one to fight them.
Yeah, to make a response to other superhumans.
Aside from Batman, who could fight them, but come on. Also, you've got the Flash out there.
They did have Batman. And
I think
Flash.
My favorite scene of this movie was the Flash.
Yeah,
the little cameo
of
the Flash was my favorite scene of the whole film. Also, they kept teasing that there's going to be Batman in the film, and there's these three little snippets of Batman, and then 4 kind of the end. Part.
But you see Batman first. Batman catching Deadshot.
Yeah.
You see Batman catching Joker and Harley.
Mm-hmm.
You see Batman
which I think is probably the best Batman scene.
Catching Will Smith.
as he rescues.
That was
Charlie.
Deadshot. That was the first one.
Same thing.
Yeah.
There was a third one, and then the teaser at the end with Ben Affleck.
Batman, the fantasy of Batman dying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah.
5. So we got 5 Batman shots in the whole thing.
For whatever.
7.
Yeah. No.
3, no more, no less. The number shall be 3. 3 is the number.
5.
So I think those little bits were probably my favorites of them. Now, Harley Quinn, I think did a decent job with her.
I was okay with her.
Yeah.
I think Margot Robbie is well cast.
I think she did well as that. She keeps talking about wanting to do her own standalone movie for Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Well, it's not her. It's like the company that wants to do it because they had high expectations, so they want.
Well, she said she wants to produce it. So
yeah, that's good for her.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
I don't know where they'd go with it.
Well, you can do whatever you want with her. I think it could be a fun, more comic type movie.
She's like Deadpool for DC is what I'm expecting it to be. Like.
I mean, but that's okay. Non-comic reader. You have fun with thinking that. But I think I get what you're saying is that it could be this fun, cartoony movie that doesn't fit with the rest of the universe the way that it's standing.
What I meant.
I think that could be cool.
Like, gosh.
It's being so hard on me.
But the only thing is you don't want to see. You don't necessarily need Jared Leto Joker in there.
Please no.
Can we have
Gilbert Gottfried Joker?
Can you have Jesse Eisenberg play the Joker? Though?
Michael Cera?
Because his Joker was pretty decent in Batman v Superman.
Ben Stein.
Wait.
I mean, they called him Lex Luthor, but he was the Joker.
That's what you mean.
Jesse Eisenberg, Batman v Superman. That was a decent Joker. I thought that was an interesting way to take it.
Okay.
Yeah, just recast. Just say start over. All right, Jesse Eisenberg, you're Joker. Let's have Jared Leto try out the
Lex
Luthor.
John,
I think you might be able to do it.
John,
okay.
I think we should kind of break gender barriers and like cast like Viola Davis as the Joker.
Well, she would be great, but she's already in this movie. So
yeah, they should just reshoot it then.
All right.
To also
the government lady, right?
Actually, yeah.
She
was great.
As soon as I saw her character start talking and taking control of things, I thought who would have been more perfect for that role was
Oprah.
No.
Samantha Murthicary?
Yeah.
MC Escher?
From way back on like Law and Order and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
She could be good too, but I think Viola Davis did a great job.
Yeah. Well, she passed away, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably why.
Whoopi Goldberg.
But I think Viola Davis did a great job and was one of the better people in the whole thing. Ike Barinholtz, I think, is the guy. He did a good job.
I instantly recognized him, and I was really surprised.
Who was the guy that played the soldier Flag?
Played the flag of the soldier. Is that what you mean?
Flag, Rick Flag, Joel Kinnaman.
Lars von Trier.
Yeah, he's been in some other stuff recently. He seems like a pretty decent rising actor, I think.
Tom Hardy was previously cast in the role, but had to drop out because of scheduling conflicts. Tom Hardy would have been really weird to see someone in the Batman universe not as Bane.
Yeah.
That'd have just been annoying.
Like, wait a minute.
Unless you're, I don't know.
Adam West doing a cameo as the mayor.
Adam West needs to do a cameo on one of these, but they won't let him.
Yeah.
He keeps asking to be a cameo in a Batman film, and they won't.
Why not put Adam West in there doing something?
So the plot starts out. They establish Viola Davis wants to create the Suicide Squad. Wants to create this team to combat supervillains. And then, as one of the members of the team has Enchantress, and so
they're aware of that.
Awakens Enchantress and uses her, and then Enchantress causes the entire problem for them to
can't
destroy.
Stop it.
It's
for
kind
some
of,
reason.
I guess, it's kind of like Age of Ultron.
They can't stop it.
This is kind of like the Age of Ultron thing. You've created your own.
You've made your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
So
they've made their own villain. Now have to try to stop that villain. Although the goal of the Suicide Squad, the main goal of this team, is not necessarily to stop the villain, but their first goal is to save Viola Davis.
And the goal of the villain is
to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Take over the world.
There is no clear motivation, though. It's just a preventable.
No, it was. No, his motivation was they used to be worshipped as gods. They're no longer worshipped as gods because they worship machines, so now they have to show them
the brother, sister, elder gods people.
It was a Ghostbusters kind of thing, is what it was reminding me of. But they
just wanted to be in charge again.
Yeah.
And the brother looked. The brother looked suspiciously like
they're awesome. They're gods. They do whatever they want.
The brother looked suspiciously like the villain robot from the first Thor movie. If you add a big headdress on him.
Yeah, that was the same design.
Yeah,
I think. Just stole that.
Again, these two villains that the entire Suicide Squad, except for El Diablo, have no business being there trying to take care of.
Yeah, and El Diablo works because he's also a god of sorts.
Apparently, he was like one of those gods, and they killed him.
Yeah. But the other people are just they're great soldiers.
They're not even actually.
Well, at least Deadshot is a great soldier.
Yeah, none of them are actually metahuman. They're just more skilled than regular people.
Well, and then Harley's not necessarily more skilled. She's just crazy enough to put herself at risk.
Yeah, still not a metahuman. Like at the very basic,
Captain Boomerang's just like
he's just
stuff. I don't know.
He throws things at stuff.
Yeah, he's just a jerk, I guess, because he screws over his friends.
Yeah.
Well, Killer Croc, he's metahuman.
That's right. Yeah. But if he had any choice in the matter, he'd just be off somewhere else.
Very underutilized. He goes underwater, and then that's it. And have the other team. Yeah. The rest of the team is doing the stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like he really did anything underwater. Enchantress, you got her humor. Katana, she has a magic sword.
Magic sword. That's about
Steals
it.
The souls of the enemies.
The Deus Ex Machina sword,
and didn't do a whole lot until the end of the movie.
Yeah. But it's established early on, so they've got it in there.
If it captures souls, does that mean souls belong in humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that God was at one point a human?
What?
Huh?
If they were worshipped as gods?
No, they were worshipped as gods, but they weren't necessarily gods. It's the Thor kind of thing from.
How can yours be real if our eyes aren't real?
I think they're just magical people rather than actual gods.
It's the same thing as Thor or as Apocalypse in the X-Men universe. It's when magic is indistinguishable from science.
So
stupid. Yeah.
I hate those types of villains though. We're like, we're almighty.
Not great.
It's poorly written.
I mean, shoot, at least Apocalypse was over 10,000 years old. The Enchantress was only like 6.5.
Kept in a fucking clay vase.
Yes.
Was it?
That wasn't the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing was her opening.
I know.
And it crack. This priceless ancient vase just crack. Not like it's a screw thing or a pop off the cork thing. You found this artifact and then you crack it. Not accidentally crack it, just crack open.
It's like, how did you think to do that?
What? Yeah. What is your? Without saying,
I thought you were an archaeologist.
Like maybe she was. If she had some part of a secret society that wanted to awaken that demon, then maybe. But that's not established at all, and she's just looking at.
I mean, she's an even worse archaeologist than Indiana Jones.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Why would you do that?
This belongs in the museum. This belongs in the trash.
Yeah, this isn't anything.
I'm going to discover these ancient hidden things and destroy them so that no one else can enjoy them.
I see a clay figurine on a stack of skulls that clearly was not placed here for a particular reason. Oh, what does this do?
It's like if there was a restaurant travel show that went around to different restaurants, ate there, and then burned it down so no one else could enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like, I've discovered you. Now no one else can.
I'll show you. If I can't have this, nobody will.
It's
He's
like
smashing everything.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico with Johnny Depp and the...
and the lady Joanna, what's her name?
Yeah,
Joan,
something close to that.
Joan.
Yeah. She went to the Link School of Archaeology.
Yeah,
they break everything you come across.
June Moon.
Sorry.
Dr. Moon, Dr. June Moon.
Yeah, What a stupid name,
Her
too.
parents probably hated her.
Well, look, they can't help the comic names. That's always the problem they have with Fantastic Four when you have to have. Hi, my name is Doom. My name is Doctor Doom. But he's not yet.
Doctor
Doom. Like this doesn't work. Your name is Doctor Doom. This is not.
I'm Judge Doom.
Victor Vaughan Doom. Name. Like that's just you can't. The unfortunate thing, you can't change that in a.
Well, if you have to name him Doctor Doom,
although Nolan
make
Nolan would change it. He changed Robin's name.
Yeah, he wouldn't care.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, make it like on a computer login screen. His screen name is Doctor Doom.
Or like
just make it a joke that way.
He has to name adopt the name at some point. Like, what is it? What if his name was like Dominic?
Like Bob.
Like, what if Victor Dominic is his name, and then like Dom, and then Doom, and then like after the transformation, this thing happens, and then he changes it. Or, Doomhammer. Some name that gets changed.
He works at a Domino's, and then it becomes a Doomino's.
Yeah, Victor from Domino's.
Okay, now we can talk about Joker.
Anyway,
I think there's sufficient time.
Yeah, like who the hell came up with this idea?
Just ripping off.
All right, now.
Wow.
No, not ripping off Heath Ledger. Because if he was ripping off Heath Ledger,
it would have been better.
There's the problem with Joker has started with you've got Cesar Romero did a fun job with that, but then when you have Jack Nicholson in the role, and that was the classic Joker, like who can ever do Joker now that Jack Nicholson has done it, and everyone was saying there's no way that Heath Ledger could live up to that.
There's nowhere it could be done, but then
and then Heath Ledger just blows it out of the water.
Well, before that, there's Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill was spectacular, and that's I mean the best thing about Mark Hamill is that you're taking it straight from the comics, the cartoon. You're making it its own thing, but that lives in this. It spoke to the voice of the comic so perfectly because you've got a cartoon, and his voice was just perfect for that. But even like if you saw Mark Hamill performing that live, it wouldn't have the same feeling.
Oh no, I would say
it wouldn't work for that. So sadly, you can't have Mark Hamill Joker. So, but Heath Ledger did that great job with it. So now you've got many different people who every time each person has done the role has done it differently than each other. But each of them are great. And so now Jared Leto's coming up, and Jared Leto has done crazy in-depth roles in various films.
It was in Requiem
for a Dream,
and then Fight
Dallas
Club.
Buyers Club.
Yeah, Fight Club, Dallas Buyers Club. Dallas Buyers Club's the big one. They're just getting into character with that. So coming off of
Mark David Chapman,
coming off of that movie and going into this, he's also the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars, so you know he's eccentric with that. If you get that whole spacey theme
I wouldn't know, but
thing. Just being the lead singer of a alternative prog rock band, the guy's got to be a little odd. So that plus the actor stuff, like. So coming off of Dallas Buyers Club, now he's got to live up to Heath Ledger and try to make it his own without copying anyone else. And through him and through David Ayer and Zack Snyder and all the other producers on this,
it didn't feel new though.
They create this thing. Well, I mean, I think the things you're seeing are the similarities between the other ones, but there's so much that's just not the Joker.
He was really just more of this asshole gangster.
Yeah. He wasn't the Joker is the main thing. It was
there wasn't the lunacy of it or the madness. He was just like angry and violent.
And the laughing didn't.
The laughing was bad. It
was bad and didn't fit at times.
He should have done the Christmas Story Santa laugh.
Like it wasn't like it was such a forced laugh.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't enjoying himself the way the Joker does. Like when the Joker laughs, he's having fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like Jared Leto was resenting every moment of this.
Yeah. I don't
know. The motivation wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, part of it you should just blame the writing for why the character is off. But Jared Leto,
he's at the level where he could have done what he wanted with that character and made it work.
And then for so much of the movie, he acts like he's all devoted to Harley.
Yeah.
Especially for like him like trying to find her when they're out on the mission, and the flashback of jumping after her into the vat of chemicals, and the other flashbacks, except for the part where he's trying to drive away from Batman, is like even before the car hits the water, like he's out of the car.
Yes, that moment when he's with Batman, that is more of the Joker Harley relationship than I know of.
Yeah. Like he fucking bails.
Yeah, I love you, Harley. Oh wait, I'm in trouble. See ya.
Like nope.
Just gets out of there, ditches Harley. That's the Joker there, and the manipulating her into escaping from the prison and that stuff. Mm-hmm. But the other times, just the devotion that he shows to her it's not the Joker Harley relationship that we know. Yeah. Also, to speak of, I heard someone else mention this about the stereotypes in the film, and I thought it was worth mentioning.
Like which one?
Just the racial stuff that you've got of the El Diablo gangbanger Mexican guy, and then you've got Katana Asian samurai girl.
Isn't that how they wrote the characters initially?
It is. This is not a problem with the film at all. It just happens to be as you showcase it with this. You've got the female character in it as being the slutty crazier one.
Oh yeah.
The Australian who uses a boomerang.
Yeah, the Australian stereotype of that one.
A black man with a gun.
Yeah.
the Australian who slammed
is an absentee father.
Yeah.
Like just so all of the things are very very stereotypical with all of them. But look, that's the comics.
Yeah.
Doing that, except Deadshot. That's not
for whatever reasons they. I was reading through different Wikipedia articles. In recent years, they've been trying to turn Deadshot from a straight-up villain hitman into the anti-hero.
And that's how
he's become
the bad hero.
They're turning him into Punisher.
Kind of. Like it said he had a son at one point, and then he finds out later that all of a sudden he has a daughter he didn't know about. And, this is supposed to make him start re-examining his life and a bunch of other hoo-ha. And that was the Deadshot they were pulling for this one.
I mean, that's kind of the same way they're going with when they were doing stuff on Arrow.
I've never been a DC Comics reader, but the Suicide Squad storyline, do you know how long ago that came out? Was it like a 90s thing? Or maybe older?
Not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Not important. So, any other good things about the film?
If you could forget that it's a DC universe thing and who all these characters are supposed to be, then it's a decent supervillain action movie,
and get the exposition out of the way within the first 10 minutes.
Cut down a lot of the exposition. Cut down a lot of unnecessary dialogue.
How Harley Quinn got a cell phone and why they trust her with a cell phone.
She got it from the guard. She got it from the Ike Barinholtz guard.
Yeah, there was the one guard that Joker
took him at the casino and said, "You're going to do stuff for me." So then he handed it to her, and they went from there. I think they established a couple of the characters well of their motivations to some degree for a couple of them at least, like El Diablo and Deadshot, and you got a couple of good things going there. There was a lot of entertaining stuff in the action scenes, stuff that wasn't just nonsense. I mean, when they were in the alley fighting the first mutations they were seeing, that one wasn't so great, but a couple of times there's some interesting action that's going on there.
I remember in my theater, at least, I would say about half of the jokes didn't get a reaction.
My theater loved it absolutely, and most of them were dressed like the characters, and it was the first IMAX showing, so it was a dedicated crowd, although it was half full. So.
Mine was
Optimist.
Mine was completely full. I think I went Thursday night 9:45.
Well, they don't unsell tickets to a theater, so it can't be half empty. If the theater was full, people left, it could be half empty. But since they start with an empty theater and start filling it, it was half full.
Because you're an optimist.
I'm just not killing people in a Colorado theater.
Yeah.
So at least that's a good thing that came of the film. No one died opening weekend.
Yeah, nobody got shot, as far as we know.
There's a positive. Yeah, it made $280 million off a budget of 175, so it's already made its budget back. So that means DC can continue making the movies.
They will. I'm sure they will. Yeah. Not that it deserves one.
Stop. I mean, it's the kind of thing. A lot of people still looking forward to Justice League. Even I'm looking forward to Justice League. Like, I like that moment with Flash in there. Yeah. I want to see more of him.
Yeah, I
want to see more Batman.
For Justice League, I'll give it a shot because those are primary characters.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see that. I'm still going to see any DC thing that comes out. It's just I was seeing a comment that was posted saying every time a Marvel movie comes out, I'm thinking this might be the bad one, and every time a DC movie comes out, I'm thinking this might be the good one.
This might be the good one. Yeah.
But that's to me that's unfair of the Nolan and the Burton stuff. But
well, yeah. Realistically speaking, Batman is their best character.
Yeah, he's solid and he's been done well. And even when he's done poorly, like in the
Batman and Robin, Batman Forever,
like even that's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the atmosphere is still with that. I think this one you have a lot of it where they're still trying to be dark and real and in this, but then they added the comedy to it, and it kind of sends these mixed signals where it doesn't know exactly what it wants to be. It doesn't play the seriousness and the comedy as well as something like Guardians of the Galaxy does, where I think that one's more got a solid story and characters, and then your comedy, and then your drama on that. So I think it's maybe too many hands in it, too many rewrites, too many working and trying to make it the perfect thing. It sadly doesn't work out.
And I think there was a lot of pressure on this one after the largely negative reviews of Batman Superman.
And if you look at it on Rotten Tomatoes, while this has like a 30 something on it, the audience score is about 70. So audiences are still liking it. And
I like the critics more.
And I think, it's films like this are made for the audiences. They're not made for the critics at all. They want people to go out and see it, and they're not looking for awards or anything. As long as the fans enjoy it, then that's cool.
It might be a shoe-in for makeup at least.
No. It might get that, but I don't think
the Luster Awards. But
didn't Norbit win?
No, it was nominated.
Just as the same way that as an actor, it's an honor to be nominated. It's a disgrace to the Academy just to have that one nominated. That's what I think. Academy Award nominated film Norbit. That kind of thing.
Starring Academy Award nominee Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Star ratings then.
I believe I gave Batman Superman a 1.5. I think.
But we didn't do that one on the video, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I would have given that like a 1.5. So I'll give this one a 2.
I think I was also giving it a 2.
I'm still at 2.5. Yeah, I could go to 3, maybe. I'd have to see it again to really figure out if that would work. And that is a tough thing to see it again. But 2.5, middle of the road. I think the film I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed Batman v Superman. It wasn't good at all, but I enjoyed parts of it. There were moments and shots that I liked and things that I thought was interesting to see.
John, I think I know a movie that you might really love.
No.
And I heard it came out the same weekend as Suicide Squad, and I heard
what would that be?
I heard it starring 2-time Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey.
Really?
I think we got enough time to go see it. I think it's playing at the local theater next door. Do you think we should all go?
Talking about for weeks and weeks.
I think we should all go see 9 Lives.
We can run out and go see that.
All right, thank you all for watching this review of Suicide Squad. We'll be back with 9 Lives and see which one holds up better. But thank you for watching this, and if you want to talk to us about anything that we've done, write to us, matchgametv@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, comment, any of that stuff. Until next time. So, yeah.